popped up on mine.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Rainy Nights. You were just listening to Dark in Here by Madman Possessed. If you're curious, look up Madman Possessed on YouTube or Instagram, and he actually will sell his music online. It's fantastic. It's parody rock music. The song we were just listening to was called Dark in Here, about a guy who does a satanic ritual and gets to hell, and there's not enough light for him to see, and that's what the whole song is about, is how dark it is in hell. So, hey, welcome to Rainy Nights. This is a segment of my YouTube channel where I interview other motor vloggers and motorcycle personalities. If you haven't been here before, I am Rainy Rider. I ride a 2019 BMW Grand America and a 2021 Harley Sportster. Feel free to give the channel a like and a subscribe. Tonight we have Wheeled Goon, so introduce yourself.
Hi guys, Wheeled Goon. I run the Wheeled Goon YouTube channel as well as host the Weirdos Assemble podcast. I ride a 2021 Harley Lowrider S that is Midnight Crimson, and I call her Siren.
All right, so for those of you who don't know, every Friday night we gather around 7 o'clock, time negotiable, and we bullshit. So if you're interested in watching a bunch of bald guys bullshit, and then some long-haired hippies too, every Friday night, 7 o'clock on Wheeled Goon's channel, we jam up. So you told us where you're from and what do you ride. So how long have you been riding?
I'm now 31, so 27-ish years, something like that.
God, what an old man. Damn.
I know. I'm second only to you,
I know,
Dad.
right? You're welcome. So how did you get into motorcycles?
My uncle bought me... Well, he bought a little... Oh, God. We talked about this last time we had this discussion. He bought a little dirt bike, like one of the little mini ones, and started putting around in it and fell in love.
All right. So would you consider yourself, so I kind of know this, but would you be a fair weather rider or a rough rider?
Kind of in the between. I don't necessarily like riding in the rain, but unlike somebody on this particular interview,
when you're stuck, you're stuck. I mean,
exactly.
For those of you who missed my other, so right behind me here, I have my old shield off of the BMW. So now I've changed the shield, so I figured I'd go ahead and hang this one up because now it's a conversation piece. So over the last 3 years, all the people I've met on tours and on campouts and stuff, their stickers have made it on there. Your old sticker is on there. Your old Hey-O sticker, if you remember that one.
Oh, yeah.
So that old one's on there.
Very limited run.
So, yeah. If you missed that video, go back and look at it. But yeah, that's going to be that's my showpiece now. And that's why I think when I put, a lot of people put stickers all over their bikes. I like to put it on the parts that are easy to take off because afterwards they can be conversation pieces.
Mm-hmm.
So, you have a new line of stuff out. You want to talk about it?
I do. I just opened my own merch shop, taking a leaf out of your book in this case. But it has my new logo, the Sportster, it looks more like a Sportster than anything else. I have the Hey-O sticker, the Weirdos Assemble. The Weirdos Assemble logo, and then we also have the limited run of the 2023 Weirdos Assemble campout shirt. We're running that one until May 31st.
Okay, but our campout's before that, so you'll talk about where our campout's going to be and who's going to be there and how to get in on it.
So, and yes, I can send you the link. That way you can put it in the description. But the campout's going to be at the Land Between the Lakes, just outside of Dover, Tennessee. It's going to be the same weekend as the Tennessee Motorcycle Music Revival. It's about an hour ride away. That way we can get in some good riding there and back, go hang out at the revival for a couple days, come back. Saturday's generally going to be our hang out at the camp and just be with each other kind of day. We got the Tennessee Baby Dragon on the schedule for sometime Thursday and Friday. It's gonna be a great time. I'm so excited for it.
Gma's saying that my head's in the way, that she can't see the shield. My head's always in the way. That's how it works. This big gourd is just in the way. All right, so today, you're a lone rider a lot in your videos, but who inspires you to get out and ride, or what inspires you to get out and ride?
I think it still goes back to my uncle. I mean, my dad rode some too. But after we talked about it this last time that we had an interview like this, it's been more my uncle, because growing up he always had a motorcycle. So like he got that little mini dirt bike for us to ride around on, and growing up, the earliest I remember, he had a Kawasaki, a Ninja, and he graduated into Harleys and cruisers, and that's all I've ever seen him on since.
All right. So, would you rather a solo ride or a group ride?
I actually brought this up in one of my videos a couple weeks ago. I do like solo riding because it kind of gives you those moments of zen, and you can relax and you can just be one with yourself, the bike, and the road. But honestly, I think I prefer group riding because you can share those experiences with other people.
I think I would agree. Father Bobber, yes, you are on that. Let me see if I can get a little closer here. Let's see. Let me make everybody dizzy. All right. So we've got Ruckus Rides, obviously at the very top. I've got my Pillion. I've got Bobber Fett, Spite's Corner. I've got Juice. Juice is up there at the very top. And then over there, what is that? Riding on 3, Indy Ridge, obviously. Philzilla. Park of the Coyote. Everyday Grease is on there. Yeah, there's a lot of cool people on there. So, yep, that's one of my, I'm kind of proud of that. And then a bunch of Indian stickers, because it's funny because I don't have an Indian. But, yeah, there's a lot of cool people on there. Any Two Wheels is on there. Obviously, our friend Nicole is on there. Road Warrior Moto. I was going to see if I can get the camera back in the same place. Oh, I think it looks better now. All right. JD and the Queens, you're on my new bike. You're not on my old bike. You're on the Harley right now. So I tried to fix this where the people on my stickers, the Harley people, I would put their stickers on the Harley bike, and then people that rode everything else, or it was just like a party type sticker, I'd put on the BMW. So that's just how that kind of worked out. Back to you, Bald Man. So what is your favorite moto meetup? And that would be, when I say moto meetup, I'm talking about the ones that happen periodically, and they're going to happen twice a year. If you miss one, you can make it next year. What would be your favorite? I think we lost him. Well, he is over in a part of the country that doesn't have very good streaming, apparently. We're going to wait for him to come back. So while we're waiting for him to come back, yes, he did freeze, Aaron. While we're waiting for him to come back, do you guys have any questions? Oh, Josh, tell Ashley I did see her cooking video today where she cooked possum. If you guys haven't seen that, go to, I think it's called Ashley Cooks. I can't remember what it is now. But yeah, Josh, JD, and the Queens could probably throw a link up here. But it is a hilarious cooking videos that she puts on her channel. So highly recommended. Yeah, Riverside is doing a lot of problems today. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, a lot of people do have invisible videos. Yeah, I thought he was being quiet too. Yeah, there's a joke about. Yeah, I thought he was quiet, and I'm looking there, and I'm like, oh, he's really patient while I'm showing my stickers. No, he logged off. Kitchen Ash. That's the channel on YouTube. Yeah, Josh, tell Ash and obviously you, because you helped her with the video, that I was actually laughing. Growing up in Texas, eating a lot of possum, that was actually a really funny video. Oh, here he comes.
Riverside and my internet does not get along.
Hi. We'll make it. All right, we have a question from AA Ron. Where's the only place you'd never ride to again?
Only place I'd never ride to again?
Yep.
I haven't found one of those yet, actually. Now, I would not ride from Anchorage to, what is it, outside Fort Wainwright. Can't think of the name of it. I would not ride that again on a Sportster, because that was an 8-hour ride on a Sportster, and that was awful. On Siren, I'd do it anytime you wanted to, because you get to go right by Denali.
Right on. So I think for me, that would be last summer I went down to Louisiana. And instead of taking 55, where there's lots of places to get off and rest, I decided to go from Memphis through South Haven down through Greenville, Mississippi, and head down through that way toward Alexandria. The stretch between Greenville, Mississippi and Alexandria, Louisiana there's nothing there. There's nowhere to stop. It's hot. And when I was driving through there, it was about 115 degrees. That's also the ride that I got a burn right here on my arm, both arms, because my sleeves pulled up, and I got a second-degree burn on my arms. Not because it was a cool ride. It was beautiful. It was pretty, but there was just nowhere to stop. There's nowhere to stop and rest. No shade. You literally had pine trees on the side of the road that were maybe 20 feet tall, and that would have been great if it would have been early in the morning or later in the afternoon, and it was not. It was noon. So the sun was coming straight down on you. And if you don't know anything about Texas and Louisiana ditches, the road ditches are about 10 to 15 feet deep. You can't cross over the ditch to get to the tree line. You just can't. So you're stuck in the sun. I would do it again. It's a good ride, like I said, but just not in the summer, not when it's 115 degrees. Just nowhere to get out of the sun.
Yeah. I think that is one of the downsides of summer Alaska is the 21-ish hours of daylight.
Not too bad. Gma, if anybody out there wants to pimp your sites, go ahead and throw your sites up in the chat where everybody else can see your stuff. So let's see. What is your favorite single meetup? Something that happened one time, everybody got together, like we're gonna have one this year.
Yeah.
So we haven't done it yet, so you can't count it.
Yeah, can't really
Yet.
I've been more of a solo writer. This is like our Weirdos Assemble next to Forgotten Angels, of course, but that's twice a year thing. I haven't really been to any big events.
Okay. So if I was to come visit you and I said, hey man, take me riding and I want to end somewhere where we can either eat and drink, where would you take me? Your neck of the woods.
My neck of the woods? We'd be traveling across the state of Kentucky back to Virginia.
Okay.
And then there's a little place in my hometown called Luigi's.
Luigi's. Right on. That sounds Italian. I'm digging.
Yep. One man runs the entire restaurant. He will not hire anybody to help. He runs it all. He does the cooking. He does the waiting. There's a little bit of a wait, but really good food.
Right on. So, what is the stupidest thing you have ever done on a motorcycle?
Ride in a monsoon, probably.
Do tell more.
I mean, on the way back from Forgotten Angels, there's just solid downpour. And I had that mindset of, I'm just going to keep going. It'll probably let up. No. I wound up tearing the heel of my boot off before. I was like, all right, we're done. No more.
Yeah, the October camp out, coming back from it, everybody just got absolutely soaked in that, myself included. And yeah, that was probably one of the only times I've ever said I'm stopping because I can't stand this rain. It was just literally rained from every direction, and the road was just cool enough where the roads were slick, and I was like, I'm done. I've got to stop. October was an absolutely rough ride.
Yeah. That was probably one of the worst ones I've been on, sadly.
All right, how about your scariest moment on a bike?
Honestly, I think I'm going to say the same one, because come around that curve on the interstate and the bike's starting to take off, and instinctually just putting my foot down and trying to kick myself back up was the most terrifying moment of my life. And then noticing that the heel of my boot was gone after that was, just...
Now, if you'd have been wearing any ridge boots...
I probably wouldn't have torn the heel off.
Yeah, that's something that our Lord and Savior Steve is he's adamant about, and that's the reason he won't release a heeled boot right now, is because he wants to find a way that the heel is actually part of the boot, not just stapled on or glued on or nailed in. He wants it to actually be a hard part of the boot. So I'm looking forward to his heeled boots, but right now, yeah, that's how he's got the flatter boots with have great grip. Don't get me wrong.
Oh yeah.
People are looking for boots with heels, so he's trying to find a way to do a heel that's actually still a quality boot, not just I threw a heel on it and it's done.
Mm-hmm.
So looking forward to that.
Yeah, especially for short people.
Yes, Desiree wants a heeled boot. She loves. I think she's just got her gloves, and from the video she made, I think the gloves may be a little bit too big for her, but. The boots, you can't fail with the boots. She just wants something a little bit taller. So we're working on that.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to have to send my denim and leathers back for a smaller pair, because I was like, going off the size chart. Largest looked about right, but they're, even after trying to shrink them down, they're just too big.
The funny thing, so I got my new let me start this over. I got my new denim and leather gloves, and I kept looking at the old ones, and I put the new ones on, and I was like, yeah, these just don't feel comfortable yet. And I looked at the old ones, so I'll just keep wearing the old ones until I actually absolutely have to swap over. Because they shrink and they become so comfortable. It's like a second pair of skin. It's like a skin on your hands. I'm looking forward to getting the new gloves to that point, but yeah, it's hard to get rid of old gloves, especially when they fit really, really well.
Yeah.
So what has been your favorite part of riding?
So I think this is more of a two-part, because I discovering Forgotten Angels and going down to those campouts has been one of the greatest experiences of my life. And I'm going to put a comma there. Starting my channel and actually networking and getting to meet all the awesome people that I've gotten to meet through riding, such as you, Juice, Nar, Josh, Shay, Block for 10 minutes.
Too many to count, absolutely.
Yeah, I've made so many friends from riding, it's unreal. I can't name them all.
Well, I can, because they're all in the chat. Let's see who's here.
Probably.
Gma was the first one in tonight. Congratulations, Gma. You win the special prize.
Yeah, Tony's here, Casey.
Aaron's
I saw
in.
Josh and Diana.
My Pillion's in. Yep. Jerry's in.
Jerry. I saw him up there a little bit ago.
Juice is in. Buck Brown's in here. He said hello. Another Navy guy. Always welcome. Some guy named Goon, he keeps saying he's losing internet. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. So yeah, we got a lot of interesting people in tonight. Sky's Limit is in.
Yeah, I saw Tony.
So Julie Smith is in. She pops in every once in a while. So yeah, we got a good spread in. So, and then Casey just popped in.
Yeah, I saw Casey.
Hello, Casey.
Half the weirdos from the Weirdos Assemble crew is here.
And Dry Heat Doug just popped in. Also a Navy man. I'm all for this. And then JD and the Queens. Josh. Apparently Ashley's listening in the background. Josh says, JD and the Queens says, we need a Jerry is my spirit animal t-shirt. So
That's on you, big guy.
You know what? I'm looking for a t-shirt for the September Jack Daniels meetup. And if Jerry's going to be at that, I can definitely make that the September Jack Daniels camp out shirt. It won't be a camp
I
out. We'll
support
probably be
this.
staying in a hotel again. But yeah, I can definitely do a Jerry is my spirit animal shirt. That would be awesome. Yeah,
Paul's like the guy who follows 600 plus motovloggers.
Yeah.
I feel that on a personal level.
I follow so many people. I feel bad sometimes when I have to go through. When I get like an hour to watch videos, I'll start going through them and go, "Who can I watch today?" Oh crap! I feel bad about passing over some of these people, but yeah, it's I have so many people I'm following, and I try to watch them on the weekends. So yeah, if you put out a video and I don't immediately respond to it, it's because I just haven't made it to it yet, and I will. So just hang tight. I'm getting to them all because I love watching all my friends. Because it's like me, in situations like this, I get to see you every Friday night.
Yep.
A lot of my other people, I don't get to see them but twice a year. So I do try to watch all your videos because that's the only time I get to see a lot of you. Like Tony, I get to see Tony twice a year. Sometimes he pops into the chat, but I don't actually get to spend a lot of time with him.
Oh, so, I'm with Buck. He's an old grunt. I'm a current grunt, so it works out.
All right. What is the most frustrating part of riding for you?
Having to get off my bike.
Stopping, yes.
Yeah. I get on it, I just want to keep going. I'm like, wait, no, I have to go home.
So we have touched on this a little bit. What are your plans for the new year?
For the new year,
being that we're in May now, but I mean we've got what,
we're coming up halfway.
7 more months. We've got I made this list up in January, so I did not think I'd be doing interviews this long, but it's been so much fun. I'm still using the same list. But
I didn't think Weird as a Symbol was going to take off like it did either, but I'm having a blast with that too.
Congratulations.
Yeah. So plans for the rest of the year. Obviously, the big one that's coming up in less than 2 weeks is the Weird as a Symbol camp out and TMMR.
If you guys haven't got your shirt for that yet, even if you're not going, I ain't gonna lie, man, that helps us have a good time. So buy a shirt. Yeah. Support us getting together and being able to make videos, because that's what really everything here is for. I don't make money off of my Patreon or anything. All that money goes right back into and I'm in the red for getting camera equipment, getting stuff for the bike, being able to do the stuff we have to pay for to get this content out. So that's what this money goes for. It doesn't go for us. I don't get to go buy a new car with this, pay my house note. Just like Josh says a lot, this is just where we can be able to put more content out for you guys. So buy a shirt. Support our endeavor to try to make good content for you guys.
Big facts. All said. All true.
Jerry says his spirit animal is a pangolin, so that means I'm going to get, and I have the perfect pangolin picked out. So I'm going to get a Jerry as my spirit animal shirt and put a pangolin on it.
Oh, I want to see these. I want to see that. I really do.
I'm going to work on this. So Dry Heat Doug wants a link for the shirt. When we're done, we're going to put a link to the Goon shop down in the comments. So we will get that down there.
Yeah, I can actually throw that in the...
Throw it in the chat.
Seconds.
That'll be cool. Yeah. We
We
ought to have Aaron. Aaron, come on, man. You're our like third in command here. Throw some links in. While we're trying to bullshit, throw some links in there.
There you go.
We're in. So if someone was to ask you, whoops, where'd I go? I just lost the page. We're back. Okay. So if someone were to ask you, hey, I just finished my MSF course. I'm done with these small 250s everybody told me to get to start on. What bike should I get?
Aaron?
What should you tell them? Yeah, Aaron. What bike would you tell them to get?
Truth be told, probably one of the new Nightsters. They got plenty of power, and they're a lot more comfortable than the irons, by far. I threw a leg over one 3 or 4 months ago, and they will shit and get. And to put it in rain mode just to get used to it, and then finally when I cracked it over into sport, it was a whole different animal.
Yeah, there's some bikes you want to ride in sport, and there's some you want to put in rain mode, and there's some you just want to go unlimited just to have fun. And the difference between those two Sportsters, night and day. Between the Sportster 1200 and the new Sportster, what do they call the new one?
The Nightsters,
which is crap, because the original Sportster was a Nightster. But the difference between those bikes is the difference between a Honda Sabre and just a crotch rocket. I mean, it's just no really comparing them. Gma is asking what a pangolin is. A pangolin is a armadillo on steroids and cocaine.
That's an accurate description.
The first time I saw a pangolin was probably 5 years ago. And it was one of these YouTubes that said top 10 animals you won't believe exists. And when I saw the picture, I thought it was edited. Because it looks like an armadillo with entire coating and armored plating on it. It looks like a dinosaur. It looks like a freaking dinosaur. But like an armadillo has an armored back, a pangolin is entirely armored, all the way down to its toenails. It's a ridiculous looking animal, but it looks so cool. Yeah. Absolutely. You're welcome, Gma. Gma's our spirit animal. Yeah, hey, the spirit animal of tonight is Gma.
Yep.
So if you could go anywhere on a motorcycle today, starting anywhere in the world, unlimited time, unlimited funds, and you could ride to anywhere, where would it be?
Itchy Boots just did it, but I would go from Argentina to Alaska.
There's a lot of dangerous roads in there.
Who gives a shit?
I think it would be fun, but some of that.
Time and unlimited
I did
funds.
say unlimited time. And what's the draw to that? Why would you do that?
That's a lot of adventure, right? There's high risk, but there's also high reward. Because you're literally crossing 2 continents. Damn near 3. In terms of distance.
It's a lot of damn countries. I think the suckiest part of that would be trying to get all your visas. And trying to get your...
100%.
What do they call them? Carniers? Getting your carniers.
Ah.
One of her problems was she got to a country and they let her in and didn't question her about anything until she tried to leave. And when she went to leave, that's when she found out that she was in the country illegally because the border crossing she went to didn't require a visa or to register the bike as it came into the country. And then when she tried to leave, they told her that the bike required something like a carnier to leave the country. So then she had to go back to the border. That's when she met up Charlie, whatever his name was, Charlie Sinewa, and he had to call a friend and basically bribe him into giving him a pass to get her back out of the country.
Ooh.
Very interesting. Yeah, buddy. But moving right along, if anybody's got any questions, throw them down in the comments and either put my name or his, at Rainy Rider or at Wheeled Goon. That way it'll pop up for us. It'll highlight and then ask your question. That way we won't miss your question. So back to you. Have you inspired anyone to ride or wrench on their own bikes?
Well, I would like to think, and this is probably just my hubris, that I have encouraged Nar to work on his own bike through sheer hazing.
I would say you failed. I don't think he...
He's getting there. At least he's cleaning his own chainmail.
Has he even... Oh, did he do that? That's amazing. Has he changed his own oil yet?
I'm still working on that one.
I told him if he got that V7, I would come up there and show him how to do the oil on it. I did just find out a friend of mine that I was on the ship with has a bar in Columbus. So I literally... Everybody I know, it seems like every week I find out one more person that I know lives in Columbus. So I've got to make a stop in Columbus soon. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. So I'll go ahead and take that win because he says he's cleaning his chain this week.
Good boy.
And JD and the Queens, a ride that I love that no one knows about is back home in Virginia. I actually did a video about it not too long ago. It is, I can't remember the name of the road right now. It runs right by my old elementary school, and it runs about halfway across my old county. It's one of the curviest roads I've ever been on. I'll have to look up the name of the road. I think it's Dog Branch Gap.
Okay. Mad Yankee has a question for both of us. When are we coming up to there?
That should be later this year for me, because you're not the only friend I have up there to visit.
So, yeah, you'll eventually be closer there. I'm not, but yes, I am actually still planning to be up there. I keep saying I'm going to go to the big bike rally up there, and it's like
Laconia?
I just changed, yeah, Laconia. I just changed jobs again, but they told me I could have off whenever I wanted to, and just have take unpaid days.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's the one good thing about getting old is when you become an old man, they basically just say if you don't want to show up, you don't have to worry about it. But I do have to run that through the pillion because money. Because if it was up to me, I take every day off and just ride. But yeah, that's real world scenario yet. I'm just not there yet. But if you go to my t-shirt shop, I could be. I'm working on it. All right, if you could tell a new rider one thing that you had to learn the hard way, what would it be?
It's a great question. Don't be afraid of grass.
Clibbins.
Or the rain.
Don't be scared of the clibbins.
Don't be scared of the clibbins, or don't be scared of the rain. Although the trip home from Forgotten Angels definitely made me a little sketchy of the rain.
Paul M is saying many Ohio motorcyclists for some reason. And I think that's why, so we've said before, COVID made people want to get out and do things. And because all of a sudden you're cooped up for the longest time, and then when you start to realize that I need to get out and do stuff. Well, Ohio guys have that every season. They're cooped up for like 5 months at a time, and then once that's over, they're like, I need to get out. So we're in the South, we're like, yeah, okay, cool, we'll ride, whatever. And up there, they're like, I'm going to ride as much as I can because I know come October, I'm going to be locked up in the house again for 5 months. So it's a much more visual thing, I guess. You notice it more when you're locked up.
I think it's also like most of the northern states. Because I know in Alaska, motorcycles are banned from the roads October 1 to April 1. And even once that ban is lifted, you still have to wait another 2 or 3 weeks once the snow melts to allow the sand and gravel and everything, because they don't use salt in Alaska. They only use sand and gravel. So you got to wait for all that to get swept or cleared off the road. Otherwise, you'd have a bad day for obvious reasons.
When I lived in Chicago, they had it was like an unwritten rule that if it was snow chain season, you couldn't ride motorcycles. So, and obviously, just like anywhere, if it's on back roads, nobody really cares. But on highways and then main streets, you weren't supposed to have a motorcycle out if it was chain season. So if it was okay to ride with chains, you weren't supposed to be out on a motorcycle. And we lost him again. All right, Gma. So this is Gma's idea. You guys start, if you have a social channel up, throw your channel up while we wait for him to come back, and we'll talk about it. Nar says he rides year round. Maybe. Doesn't mean it's not cold up there. As we wait silently, does anybody have any questions out there? It looks like someone else is trying to log in.
Hello?
You've logged in without logging out. Let's see if I can log your other person out. Hang on.
Interesting.
I have 2 of you in here. And I can't tell which is which. It must be this one.
It's a great question.
I'm going to boot. Good thing that one didn't boot because that was the wrong one. All right. Well, I was about to boot the one that was you. Okay.
No. Uh-oh.
Whoops. Like, oh, it must be this one. It has to be. All right. What do we got for...
Yes, Doug. Alaska does ban motorcycles for certain months just because... And then even after that, you have an outrageous amount of sand and gravel on the roads because, as I said a little bit ago, they don't use salt. And at least, or one of the few states, are like, yeah, it's not good for the environment to use that kind of salt, and it's not good for the vehicles either. So, score one for Alaska. I don't really know. They're the Arctic experts.
Yep, they're Russia. Just like living in Russia, because it was Russia.
Yeah, but we got that for a damn good deal.
We did. All right, what is one thing most people may not know about you?
I mean, it hinted at occasionally through our live streams and on my channel, but I am in the Army.
Really?
Actively serving. And Doug, which station's he going to?
We'll wait for Doug to answer. All right, we'll come back to Doug. The delay on this is probably like 30 seconds right now, so
That's what I was noticing.
We'll come back to that. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Sometimes it's like 5 seconds. Sometimes it's like a minute.
Oh, Paul's got some jokes. Hair color, yeah. Hardly anybody knows my true hair color.
I had to grow mine out for the shaver commercial, and it came out a color that I didn't like. So
Salt and pepper?
Oh yeah. I'm like, when did that shit happen? I haven't had hair since 2006. So yeah. Hey, there's Robin, the Lady Biker.
How's it going, Robin?
Yeah, she'll be flying to Texas here shortly. Glad to see her in the chat. We had her. If anybody didn't see it, I think everybody did, because that was probably one of my bigger draws for my interviews. But yeah, Robin, the Lady Biker was on last week, and it was a great time.
I watched that one.
That was a lot of fun.
I mean, if she's going from Texas, I know she said she's moving her kids around. Something about Ohio, even though it's not a real state.
It's probably Canada. Yeah, she's got. I think she's gonna split her America trip up into two pieces. So she's gonna do the Texas route down there, and then she's gonna come back in. I think next January. It can't be January because that'd be really cold. But she's gonna come back probably next spring, I think, and then she's gonna actually bring a bunch of girls with her and do the West Coast camp out in for the Babes Ride Out.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like how I'm interviewing and also moderating your channel.
Go for it. Go for it. Yeah. I don't moderate when I'm on here. That's why I have moderators on my channel now. All right.
I'm doing my own job while I'm being interviewed.
Yeah, I don't moderate while I'm doing the interviews because it's too hard to watch the chat. All right. If you could buy any bike right now, but you had to own it forever, what would it be?
The one I have right now.
Oh, come on. You got to pick another one.
I know.
If you could have one more bike, you have own it forever, what would it be?
V-Rod.
V-Rod. Okay, valid pick.
I have an unsung obsession with V-Rods right now. I don't know why. I want one so bad I can taste it.
I made Nar a moderator. I don't know why he's not showing up as a moderator. I have to fix that. I will fix that in the latter day. Weird. Okay. I'll fix it at a later date. Remind me.
I had permissions to do that.
I think you have like all permissions, so if you know more about it than me, click through there. But we'll finish our interview first.
Yeah, I'll get in there and fix it.
So here's another question for you. If you could ride any bike just once, knowing you could never afford it or ride it again, what would it be?
What is the name of the bikes that Keanu Reeves' company makes?
The Arch.
The Arch?
The KR GT1.
Yeah, 100%. Sign me up.
Yeah. Yep.
I feel like that's fair.
Josh says he's a V-Rod guy too. I have yet to ride a V-Rod, even though Matt has told me numerous times that I could ride his bike.
Yeah, same here.
The thing is, though,
I had the opportunity to ride two of them at the October camp out, and I was just like, no, I don't feel comfortable. I've had drinks, yada yada yada. Next time I'm just like, all right, full send.
That was my thing. So Matt likes to get out and ride his bike, and when he's not riding it, by the time he comes back and parks up, I'm usually already drinking. I'm
Yeah.
definitely not going to ride somebody else's bike when I've been drinking.
No,
I
I
don't ride
refuse
my
to do
bike
that.
when I'm reading. I'll ride mine if I've had a Bloody Mary or one beer. But even if I had just a beer or a Bloody Mary, I'm not riding someone else's bike. I just don't want that kind of pressure, because then I'll feel bad forever if I do wreck it. I'd feel bad enough if I wreck it and I'm not drinking. If I wreck it and I'm drinking, then I'm going to feel really shitty.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm right there with you on that one.
So, what is your toxic trait? If any of you guys have more comments or more questions, go ahead and throw them in the chat.
My toxic trait? I will push past my limits and not realize I'm doing it. Right. I have to consciously be aware of, okay, no, down.
I think that's a military leadership trait. I have to remind myself sometimes that I'm only human and I'm not required to do more than everyone else. And it's taken me. Yeah, I'm well into my 50s now, and I'm still trying to outdo everyone else. So eventually I'm going to have to hit the point where I'll go, you know what? I'm human. People are allowed to do more than me, and I'm not. I don't have to feel bad about it.
That's true. I'm not to that point yet, but eventually, someday, maybe, possibly.
Yes, Mr. Martin,
No.
a proper vacation starts with a Bloody Mary every time. At least in Florida.
I have ridden a Rebel 500, but I have not ridden your moped yet.
I have not read yours. I rode one when I was looking at one, just looking at stuff for my daughter, and it felt like it was left side heavy. It felt really weird. And that was also a used bike. It wasn't a new one, but it felt weird to me. Probably because it's absolutely different than the Sportster or my BMW.
Let's see. What bike that I've ridden or not do I absolutely despise? Anything 500cc. Well, I can't say that because I do like Groms. I love you, Aaron, but Rebel 500s.
I have rode a Road King and a Road Glide. I nearly so close on that Road Glide to going, maybe I can trade mine in. But
I almost did that to a, what was it? Yeah, Road Glide ST. And then I was like, no, I like Siren too much.
Doug, specify what kind of pizza. I can eat a whole lot more thin crust than I can original or thick crust.
How many square feet? That depends on my kids and how much they let me have.
There's sometimes I can eat half a pizza by myself. There's sometimes I'm a 2-slice eater, and that's about all I can do. We actually did get a Hawaiian a couple of weeks ago, and I liked it more than I thought I would, because I love pineapple and I love Canadian bacon, and I thought, okay, fine, I'm finally going to try Hawaiian pizza. If you haven't ate a Hawaiian pizza, you're not, just do it. Just do it. Forget the whole
I'm
thing
not
about...
knocking your bike, Aaron. I love you. I just don't like Rebel 500s.
I'll ride any bike. There's hardly any bike that I don't despise, or that I do despise. Bikes in general, I love. The only type of bike I like riding is the tall dirt bikes with the super slung suspensions. It just feels like it's going to get away. And I grew up on dirt bikes, but I grew up on flat track type dirt bikes, not the super jumpers and the Moto X's. So that's probably the only type of bike I don't like, is the super sprung supercross bikes.
I like bike, but if I had to scale them, it's going to be on the bottom. So
my pillion just chimed in. Guess what we're having for dinner?
Yeah, I saw that. Send me a couple slices.
I'll
My
run
kids want
some
hot
by you.
dogs.
I'm taking an unpaid day tomorrow. I'm just gonna ride some pizza. I'm gonna run some pizza out to you.
Sounds good. I'm gonna need it.
All right. What is one thing that when you take a road trip you will never leave without?
Actually, I have it right here beside me.
Right on. And they're good for everything.
Have to have my French press. And if I'm not going to be using it for coffee, I can just take the press out and use it for ramen.
You can use it for beer.
That too.
I wish I would have had mine on the last. You weren't there for that one, but yeah, when I got there, they didn't have any cups for the draft, for the kegs. And actually, the one before that, when you were there, they didn't have cups for the keg. They kept running out.
So, Diana has chimed in and already said what you're not leaving without, Mike.
Yes, obviously. Question for all you guys. Throw down in the comments or in the chat. What will you not take a road trip without?
Sorry, I got confused because I looked over and I was like, why is my wife's computer shutting down? Oh, there it goes. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, Mad Yankee. It's not so much that I love it or hate it, but I like it. And the only reason I mention it was because there's two types of people that they either love it or they hate it. And I think the people that hate it just can't get around the fact that there's pineapple on it. But anyone who has ever had most Christmas hams have pineapple on them because that's how they serve them.
That's a good argument,
and it's not bad. So yeah, Gmail says Excedrin. Yeah, yes, I'll always bring some kind of painkiller, usually Motrin.
Yeah.
In the military, we call it vitamin M because you take it every morning.
Paratrooper candy.
Yeah, I did not bring. Yeah, so my wife brings up whenever I go out, I usually bring a pimp cup whenever I travel. I will always bring a pimp cup, and for that one, because we were packing so tight for the trip, I did not bring my pimp cup.
I can't say. No, sorry, Yankee. I can't do anchovies. I tried it once. No, sorry.
I don't like them on pizza. Anchovies is one of those things. It's like a lot of things that you can eat them by themselves, but when you start mixing with other things, it just kind of messes with the flavor. I like anchovies with mustard and hot sauce, ketchup. Not on a pizza.
You're losing me there. Sorry, brother. For some reason, I've met a lot of people that don't like black olives, and I don't understand that.
Yeah, that's weird. That's weird. I do get it. I do know a lot of people who don't like olives, but specifically black olives. I don't know. Green olives are addictive. I can literally eat them right out of the jar. I'm
that way with black olives. We get these little snack to go cups, and I can just open it up and it's gone. I can't have mushrooms. The last time I checked, I was allergic, but that was a long time ago.
I do know black olives are usually more fermented than green olives. Maybe that's what they can't get around. They do have a stronger nitrogen flavor to them because they're more fermented. But anyway, Yankee says he'll eat anything that swims. Right on.
I'm not going to comment on that.
I'm standing out of that one. All right, we're going to go ahead and draw this to a close. If you guys got any more comments, so let's look for some comments real quick in the chat.
I do want to get a drinking horn, so Aaron might have to hook me up with that.
Yes, we definitely for TMMR, we all have to have some pimp cups.
Oh, wait. So, did I miss a TMMR question? Or comment? Yeah, if anybody wants to come to TMMR, any of my recent videos has the link for the reservation for the campground. Like I said, we're an hour away from TMMR. it looks like from last.
Losing him again. What he was gonna say, we're gonna put it down in the comments when we're done here. The TMMR, we're not saying actually at the campsite at TMMR. We're staying at another campsite. So pretty much, if you want to go there, get a campsite and stay with us, there'll probably be some open spots. Go into one of our Discords. I'll go ahead and put my link in the Discord for my Discord below, and we're also putting it in that, so it'll have the campsite, where it's going to be, and you can hook up with any of us on the Discord, and we'll make sure that you know where it's at. So Dry Heat Doug, yeah, if you're looking for something around May 23rd, that weekend before May 23rd, I think we're going to get there the 19th, 20th, and 21st, probably maybe come back. But Dry Heat Doug, you want to come up there? Do it. We're going to have some fun. Let's see if he comes back. Let's give him some time. Okay, we will probably not get him back today. So we are going to close with a little bit of music here. Oh, he says he's coming back. So we'll wait. While we're waiting, there he is. All right, he's back.
Okay, what was the last thing you caught me on? Because it's starting to piss me off.
You started to tell us where it was going to be, and we're going to throw a link in the chat. So I went ahead and went through with we're going to throw the links down in the comments below. We're going to throw both of our Discord addresses in there where people can come to our Discord to get more information and to talk to us. And that's what we're going to do.
I have the web registration link for the campground in any of my recent videos, and then we'll throw it in the description of this one. From the last time I looked, I haven't looked in a few days, but 90% of that campground is still open.
Yes, I think we did a good thing.
The weekend after is fucking wow.
Well, the one there, the one at the TMMR is packed. The one where we're going to be, apparently nobody thought about staying there because yes, it's pretty wide open. Although I'm still going to steal someone else's spot because I didn't. Yeah, I didn't know at the time if I was going to get off or not. And then all of a sudden I changed jobs. And when I changed jobs, I'll just throw this in there. I know this is about you. Enough about you. Let's make this about me. They literally called me and said, "Hey, we want you to come back." And this is the job, not come back, but this is the job I interviewed last July for. And they brought me in a couple times and talked to me and then just kind of ghosted me. And then they called me out of the blue and it's like, "Hey, we want you to start as soon as possible." I'm like, "Okay, cool. Let me put in a 2-week notice." And they're like, "Well, if you can start before 2 weeks, that'd be great." Well, this is a job that ticks all the boxes that I've been looking for a new job. So I went to my new employer, or my old employer, and said, "Hey, Monday's my last day," and this was on a Thursday. I'm like, Monday I'll be at another job. Sorry. Nice working with you. So it worked. It was that fast. I worked the rest of Thursday. I worked Friday, and then Monday I was off doing a year analysis for the new job, and started Tuesday. It went fast. So I now forget why I brought that point up, but hey, that's what happened. I'm sure there was a reason. Anyway, hey everybody.
It's because you weren't sure that you were going to get the time off.
Yes, I was not sure I was going to get the time off until all of a sudden when I went into interview, they said you can have as much time off as you want. You can take, if you don't have the vacation for it, you can take it unpaid. And I said, there'll be very few days I plan on actually doing that, but I will. Because they knew from before that I did YouTube and I did charities and stuff, and they said, whatever time you want off, we'll give you. And in the 1 week I've worked there, I've done an assload of work that has been on hold, and they've been contracting out. So they enjoy having me and gave me free reign to do whatever I wanted to. Okay, done. Yes, Doug, I'm rambling. It happens. Doug, you're going to be 50. Wait till the day you wake up. On your 50th birthday, you're going to wake up and go, "What happened? Where am I? Who am I?" I promise you. All right, we're going to close this out. Let's see. We're going to close it out with another Madman Possessed song called Norman, and it's about Norman. No, we're not. We're going to close out with Lunch Money. It's about a guy who goes to school and is in high school with Satan, and Satan steals his lunch money. So we're going to close on that one. You got any closing remarks?
Be good to each other, y'all. Like, for real.
Yes, definitely. If you can be anything you want to, be good. Be a decent human being. It costs nothing.
That's a fact.
Now, let's close it out. Thanks for coming, everybody, and be good.
Later, y'all. Where'd you find this music?
This is Gal was in the Navy with.
Ah, okay.
All right, guys. Peace out.